Hello and welcome back. I am Abby and this is your mid-month tarot tune-up. So just to recap, our monthly energy was the Lover's card. And the themes around that we're working with in the month of June are around reclaiming love, whatever it is that you're placing outwards to other people, reclaiming that and receiving that for ourselves. So anywhere that you're placing too much of your energy or importance on other people or circumstances, kind of having a mirror to reflect back to you and reclaim that energy as your own. And also, it's a month where we're asked to really look for choices. So whenever we're feeling maybe like a victim or like life happened to us, where can we find the choice in that? And following those choices to create small steps or small actions. And our mid-month kind of energetic support is the Hierophant. And this ties in really beautiful for several reasons. The Hierophant is an energy of kind of reclaiming our own wisdom. And it's about acknowledging the teacher within. So in some schools of thought, the Hierophant is seen as a card of, having a teacher, like a spiritual teacher or a mentor, somebody outside of you. In Soul Tarot, we're really reclaiming that idea that you are your own best teacher and that you have untapped wisdom within you. Just like the thing that's coming to mind is like Redmond salt, right? Like there was some kind of volcano that had ash that covered this pristine ocean, and that's where the sea salt comes from, and it has all these amazing properties to it. That's sort of what we're talking about in the Hierophant, is that inside of us there's these layers and there's this pristine kind of encapsulation that has our inner truth, and sometimes we have to dig deep to access that. We have to kind of question layers that we've put on or that society has placed on us that maybe don't really relate to our truth, yet we've had to sort of wear those cloaks to get through life or through certain periods of our life. And so what we can do this month to come back into that energy of reclamation, of empowerment, of seeing and finding choice, is to be able to really look inward at our own wisdom and peeling back the layers a little bit to begin to question places where maybe we haven't questioned in a while. So maybe we're on autopilot. There's something that we were taught from childhood that this is the way you do it and this is what is expected of you. And when we were kids, we didn't really question it, or it was what we had to do because the adulthood told us that. Yet now we're adults and we get to make up our own minds about what we want to do. And sometimes, just over time, our beliefs change, our operating systems change, we evolve, we adapt, and we need to look back and kind of rewire some of those old patterns that maybe aren't meant to come with us. So for example, maybe we're someone that thinks that what somebody else has to say is more important than what we have to say. That there's always an expert that knows more, or why would anybody want to know what I have to say? That's like an old lie. Yet it's so ingrained that maybe it holds us back from speaking our truth or sharing or growing. So beginning to question those, that's where inquiry can be really powerful for the rest of this month, or anytime if you're listening to this outside of June. Inquiry is an incredibly powerful tool. It's something that I use in meditation all the time, and in my daily life whenever I'm feeling that my ego is taking charge, or I notice that I'm hijacked by my mind or something else. To begin to question, is this true? You know, is this true for me? Is this still true for me? Maybe it once was, but is it still? And even in this card, like looking at the imagery, like you can see there's sort of like these shadows, this dark shadows, and then there's this light that's behind, sort of like the illumination. And if you think of that like within your body, you know, on the outside when the sun is setting, you have, or the sun is out, you've got shadows, you know, you've got these layers. And then as you peel that back, in your core is where the light is shining, where that inner truth, where that wisdom is. And that's inside of you. But sometimes we have to kind of go through the murkiness and kind of question and really be willing to look in the mirror, you know, like the lover's energy is inviting us to do, to reclaim things that maybe we haven't been willing or open to receive, in order to access that truth and that inner wisdom. Because that is available for us if we are opening ourselves up to that growth mindset, the kind of like problem solving, looking for solutions versus just accepting the status quo. And when we think about activism, right, about like policy change and making changes with everything that's happening in our world right now, in our country, with the mass shooting, it really requires people to tap into their own wisdom and strength and that kind of leadership, that self-leadership, to be able to move forward and kind of break through those old beliefs so that change can be made, that steps can be taken, actions can be taken in order to change what is not working. So it's not just, yes, it does start within, and we can take this in our communities and we can take it beyond our communities to really make change, which I think is so important right now and so needed. And everybody has power within themselves. Everybody has choices and actions that they can take. This is a month where we can be reminded of that, where we can be empowered to no longer just sit back and, you know, send good thoughts, but to truly take action and to trust that inner wisdom within ourselves. So an exciting time. I hope you take advantage. If you have questions, drop them below. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, I encourage you to do so. You can also sign up for my newsletter at abbybethcarter.com, and I do have a meditation to help you go deeper into the energy of the Hierophant, and that is available in the notes below. Thank you.